What time is it? Time to get high. I'm your host, Josh Pardo. My guest tonight is a very good friend of mine. You've seen him on everything from George Rosales, Remember the Name, to George Rosales, Remember the Name, Dose. Ladies and gentlemen, George Rosales.
Señoras y señores, directamente de Chicago, Illinois, los marihuanos. ¡Aplausos, aplausos! All right.
I guess it's time to get high. It's time to get high. It's time to get high. I said it's time to get high. I said it's time to get high. I said it's time to get high. It's time to get high. Yeah, it's time to get high. Roll up the spliff, I shoot the gift. Like cannabis sativa, I uplift. Get the freestyling when I get the smoking. If it's true skunk, then homie, I'm choking. I pass it on. I pass it on. Like
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, bro?
All
Alright.
How you been?
Bullshitting, chilling. Cool.
Okay, so doing the stand-up and everything, so I can go ahead and ask you a couple questions.
Sounds good.
Okay, so in your stand-up, have you done anything like crazy or just out of the box, you know?
Actually, I did a whole skit in a Bane mask. You know, it's pretty weird.
Life, after being defeated by the Batman, has been difficult. I let myself go. That's so funny. I moved into a crappy apartment where I met my new nemesis, the rat man. He's a neighbor that keeps all the rats as pets. So when they get loose, that's where I come in. I get a hold of him. I look the rat in his little face and I tell it, once all the cheese from your colon is gone, then you have my permission to die. I also got into cooking. I've tried the food on the Riverwalk. Let's just say, I will be your taste buds reckoning. I'm going to start a new restaurant, call it Insane in the Membrane. But instead, I think I'll just go with the Flaming Bane. That'll get the whole gay thing out of the way. Well, San Antonio, that is my time. I will be back. So until then, go home, hold your families, and pray that the wait is painless. Good night.
Cool, man. Well, I've known you for a pretty long time. You're a pretty weird dude, you know, so explain, you know, where did that come from?
I had a weird childhood. I did a lot of crazy shit.
I was a weird kid, growing up, weird kid. I would get completely naked to go to the bathroom, real true shit. I lose everything. And I realized it wasn't cool anymore until when my mom told me, George, you're 18, keep your clothes on, buddy. I also had irrational fears as a kid. Like, my biggest fear was in school. When I would go to the bathroom, if I take too long, all the other kids were thinking I was taking a shit. And I didn't like that. So, with my genius brain, I figured out ways to kind of cut that time in half. Well, my first thought was maybe to be unzipped and out by the time I'm by the door, you know? So that means I have to take off my pants halfway through the hallway. So the first time I did it, I'm out, bust through the door like nobody's gonna be in there, because it's a public restroom, you know? And there's a kid there washing his hands, and we lock eyes. I'm out, and we're locked eyes. He's just standing there washing his hands. It would felt like forever, but it was probably like 6 seconds. And then he just nodded and left. Next thing I know, I get suspended for indecent exposure. So I wasn't gonna do that anymore. Then, what actually worked for me, and feel free to use this, was I would position myself in front of the sink and, go from there. So it would be just like this. Out the door. You see how fast that was? Use that shit, promise you.
Yeah, dude, that sounds like a pretty crazy childhood. So, any, like, specific memories?
I guess only one comes to mind.
Great memory of mine, which I'm sure is a great memory in everybody's life, in every man's life at least, my first erection. I can't believe I forgot that. I remember it was in fifth grade in computer class. And it was like yesterday, and I was just sitting there, minding my own business. When my own business woke up, and I didn't know what to do with it, so I kind of just used it to hit the space bar. So I was just like, I got up to 7 words a minute that day, so that was a very legendary day. But sixth grade is when they came in bunches. And I didn't know how to, until I was in 8th grade. So I did what any normal 6th grader would do, which would be to dry hump the shit out of the stairwell in the back of the school. Yeah, I would, I get out of the middle of class and I look, what is that? And I would fuck the shit out of it. It was terrible. And the sad part about it is y'all think I'm kidding. That stairwell was my middle school sweetheart. And I'm fucking an escalator right now. I'm talking to an elevator on the side, and we're gonna keep that between us.
So as a comedian, I would assume that you keep up with current events. Do you watch news or anything like that?
I try not to. I try to make my comedy more about me. But, when you give me some titties on the internet, I'm going to go looking for them.
I don't watch the news a lot. I'm not a big news watcher because it's really depressing, According to the news, everybody in San Antonio dies every day. And I don't understand why there's so much damn traffic. But I will pay attention when there's nudes involved. Now, I don't know if y'all heard, but these young starlets and celebrity starlets had nudes leak. Kate Upton, Jennifer Lawrence, things like that. And I'm worried. I really am worried. Being a famous amateur stand-up comedian, I feel my energy to get leaked. And, and nobody wants to see that. Oh, okay, fuck me then, right? But as a good practical joke, I downloaded all of them and, and slipped one of mine in there just so that way I could see if my buddies catch it. So they slide through it. Not everybody catches it. Most people do. And it makes me laugh a little harder inside that they can never ever unsee that in their life. And I don't know what that says about me as a person,
All right, cool, man. Thanks for answering those questions.
No problem, bro. Anytime.
Do you have anything you need to plug in or anything like that?
You can catch me every Tuesday at LOL Comedy Club. I'm also on a podcast, The Open Mic Guild with Joseph Palumbo. It just became available on iTunes, so go check it out. Rate, subscribe, Catch me on Facebook, George Rosales. Real simple. I said it a million times on the video. Also on Twitter, BearsFan_85. If you have any joke ideas or you just want to holler at me, hit me up there. That'll be the best spots to find me.
See you later. Get the fuck out of my house.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, that's like that.
I'm already sitting down and I'm like, okay, hello. How are you doing today?
All right. You gotta talk louder than that. Hold my hand.
Yo, can somebody give me a monster?
I'm not Tom Brady, fucker. Shake my head.
Tom?
I'm not Tom Brady, motherfucker. Give me a head.
You just got Tom Brady, bitch. Alright, here we go. Hey, how's it going?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Pretty good. Okay, so I don't know what's that.
What time is it? Time to get high. How you doing, folks? I'm your host, George Rosales, and I have a very special guest tonight, a good friend of mine. You've seen him on everything from George Rosales, remember the name, and George Rosales, remember the name does. Ladies and gentlemen, George Rosales.